All right. For the last batch of articles, shout out to John the Space Cowboy with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. For the last batch of articles, got some good news for you. According to this article, nobody rocks Heelys. It's not 2005. Nvidia is attempting to solve one of PC's gaming's biggest problems: the shaders loading. One of the most frustrating aspects of modern PC gaming is how long you can be stuck waiting for a new game to finish compiling its shaders for the first time you boot it up. Yeah, when I booted up Crimson Desert, and I'm not, a lot of times I'll be facetious and exaggerating for the sake of the joke. If you were in the stream, you saw it. It literally took 5 or more minutes to load up the game because of the fucking shaders. In Call of Duty, we've all experienced it. Ridiculous. The second most frustrating is having to do that each time you update your graphics card's drivers. Nvidia is hoping its new Nvidia app features might make that a thing of the past. Included in an update that introduces new features for the RTX 50 series of GPUs, Nvidia has introduced a beta version of what it's calling auto shader compilation. With this enabled, the Nvidia app will dynamically determine when your PC is idle before kicking off shader compilations for your installed games in the background, potentially freeing you from having to wait for the step to complete the next time you actually want to play. You're able to see how much space on your drive can be allocated to storing a cache of shader compiles, with more spacing allowing for more compilations to stand at the ready of your most played games. So it sounds like basically you can set your GPU up to preload a certain amount of shaders. You can allocate a certain amount of horsepower, and you can use that if you just want to get into the game right away, basically. Which says to me, I mean, they said it right there, so don't get too excited. It says for the RTX 50 series. This is going to be for the 50 and beyond. This is not, if you a little nigga on the RTX 1080 series, this is not for you. If you on a 20 series, it's not for you. If you on a 30 series, it's not for you. I'm on the 40 series, and it's not for me. Unfortunately, poor people can't use this shit, dog. What else we got? You're able to set as much space on your drive it can be allocated to storing a cache of shader compiles, while more spacing allows for more pre-compilations to stand ready for your most played games. You can also roughly specify when the process is allowed to kick in, which you should be careful with since shader compilations can be quite CPU intensive, so having it going while trying to do something else important on your PC at the same time isn't advisable. Translation: make sure you know what you're doing before you do it, because this is also another opportunity for you to blow up your PC. Auto shader compilation is disabled by default, but you can start utilizing it with the latest version of Nvidia. I'm not gonna lie, if you're not tech savvy, you probably shouldn't touch this shit. Nvidia isn't the first company to solve it. Yeah, they're yapping at this point. You know, W to them for the trying to figure it out. I know me personally as a PC gamer, and I think I can speak for most PC gamers when I say we want to see more stuff like this. Granted, it does introduce some new issues, but with everything in life, you got to give. When you give, you got to take. When you take, there's pros and cons, basically. I would like to see you guys continue to innovate and improve PC gaming in this manner, and less of that goofy ass AI shit, okay? We don't want that, okay? It doesn't benefit anybody but you. And it wasn't even worth it because Google came out with a way to 8 times be more efficient with less RAM. So what was it worth for? You guys got conned. Hey TBH, you ready for The Last of Us Part 3? Why are you typing the laughing face? Is that an actual rumor, The Last of Us Part 3? I'd play it. I'm tired of Last of Us remakes, but I'd play The Last of Us Part 3, like if it was a thing. What else I got for you? Oh, some drama. We got some drama, some behind the scenes insight into the Crimson Desert story. The voice behind Crimson Desert's hero describes a chaotic recording journey. Even if you weren't privy to the details of Crimson Desert's reportedly chaotic development, there are signs of it in the game itself. Pearl Abyss's open world RPG has too many ideas and no way to elegantly stitch them together. Still, if you wanted an on-the-record account of how disorganized it was, Alec Newman, the actor who plays the game's protagonist Cliff, says his 5-year recording process, 5 years, goddamn, process was also affected by a lack of direction and ever-changing plot. In an interview with the Friends Per Second podcast, Newman describes the recording process as constantly changing with various previous periods of low and then high intensity. Details such as his name and parts of his backstory were regularly in flux over the last 5 years, with Newman saying that he was told that it was time to start recording in earnest about 2 years into the process. Translation: They didn't have a fucking story, but then they hired a voice actor and they came in and told him, yo, just do this. And when it comes to any type of arts, you need a good director. So basically, it sounds like he was in the booth just confused and just giving it his best. So maybe if you're playing the game and it feels like maybe his voice acting is inconsistent, that's probably why. In fact, for the first year and a half or so, it was just a demo as far as I knew, he said in the interview. They sort of said, well, we're going to start recording in the earnest now. And I went, well, what the hell do you mean? We've been doing this for ages. The constant back and forth made it difficult for Newman to keep up with what the plot of the game actually was. With this project, it was interesting because they kind of, I don't want to say, they kept changing the goalposts. We started off recording with cards of different parts of Powell, you know, various characters, and he's from this faction and he's from that faction, he said. And I just kept saying, yes, but what is happening? To give you an example of like good direction, a recent example, part of the nigga's also just really talented, Charlie Cox. After Expedition 33 won all those awards, Charlie Cox, the voice of Gustav, said he didn't even play the game. He wasn't even 100% what the greater plot was about. He only knew about his character. That is a sign of good direction. They sat him down and said, this is who this character is. This is his personality. This is what he believes in. He would speak in this man. That's what it means to have good direction. When you had no idea about the greater plot, and that nigga's just like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. But this is who the character is. So like, that's I don't think the issue is necessarily he didn't know the plot. It's more so of like the character. Like they just didn't give him any type of oomph to his character. Like, is he a smart ass? Is he a ladies man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't really give his character anything. Newman says that about halfway into the process, he had to push Pearl Abyss to write more for Cliff's personal arc in the story. The whole Gray Man's thing, after about 2.5 years, they decided they really wanted that to resonate. This idea of family and trying to bring something back together, Newman explained. I think that's the main story strand of the game, or the only story strand of the game when you begin. I don't want to say they started panicking, but they were like, oh yeah, we really want this. We really want Cliff to care about his comrades. And I said, well, he does, but you haven't written that monologue. So we brought it in gradually, and whatever we could, we attended to it. Wherever we were given something, we were slightly humorous. We tried to bring that out, and I'll be honest, those moments were fewer than those. All right, so here's another issue based off of this this paragraph. Dear game developers, if you want to put a story in your game and you want to put a good story in it, hire an author. Guys, please. Expedition 33 is another example. They hired a real author that writes books. Just go get a fucking writer and be like, can you make us a story? They're doing it for Exodus. That's why I'm having a little bit of hope for that game too. Ethos put me onto that. There are books that prelude to Exodus games from the author of the games, the game's story, basically, explaining the world and stuff like that. Like, you don't have to do everything. Like, you guys should just focus on programming and creating the cool game, but let a real author craft a whimsical world for you. Newman says that it was important to him that Cliff be more than just stoic, and saying it's very, very hard to play 150 hours with somebody who doesn't give anything away ever. I appreciate that he cared enough to fight for those beats to be more than subtext. Even in the big old world, capital content games like Crimson Desert, an RPG protagonist needs to be more than a vehicle for the player to run around doing stuff, in my opinion. Interesting. Because if you ask the Crimson Desert Defense Force, they'll tell you, you knew what kind of game this was. It doesn't fucking matter. It's a sandbox game, bro. I just want to run around and hit trees and shit. Interesting. The person who played Cliff says that it's important to give people a reason why you're doing things. I think I'm going to go with what Cliff says. I'm not going to go with the Crimson Desert Defense Force, but hey. You gotta earn your fun. You gotta earn your fun. That shit's fucking funny. But like, if you care about why the story turned out the way that it did, that's probably why. It sounds like they didn't have writers for the actual story. The developers were writing the story themselves, and they're not writers. They're developers. I don't know, TBH, he might be low IQ. You're right. You know what? Yeah. The voice of Cliff might just be low IQ. You're right. Right. If you have any type of gripe with this game, you're just low IQ. Other news, a remaster of Darksiders 1 has been announced. Darksiders War Mastered Edition is coming to PS5 and Xbox Series on May 19th, 2026. Here's the trailer.
When the seventh seal is broken,
Hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube.
Been broken.
Very Xbox 360. Wasn't this already remastered? I believe so.
To die off. Send me back. I will punish the ones responsible.
Yeah, truthfully, it doesn't look like they did anything. I mean, despite the compression from the video, it still looks like the Xbox 360 version. They probably just bumped up the resolution. It doesn't really look like they did anything.
I answer the call.
Got it for free on Steam. Well, the fact this is only coming to PS5 and Xbox Series, this says to me this is the PC version being ported over to PS5. Can you call this a remaster? Maybe that's why they're not calling it. They're calling it War Mastered. This is a PC port to the new consoles, I think. It's a good game. It's just, I would have wished they would have put a little bit more effort into this War Mastered. Other news. Exclusive, Eidos Montreal cancels 7+ year in development title that costs hundreds of millions of dollars. Yesterday, Eidos Montreal layoffs were due to the cancellations of Wildlands, a game that had been in development since early 2019. First reported by Insider Gaming in December of 2025, the project was known as P11, and as it was the 11th project in development at the studio. According to the sources, the game had been struggling for years, with 4 different game engines used throughout the development. God damn. Narrative direction conflicts and a budget that had been exploded to several hundred million. The game's spiraling budget resulted in several projects at the studio being canceled, including a new Deus Ex game. Oh my lord, I love Deus Ex. Not Deus Ex! Mankind Divided was so fire. Footage of the game sent to Insider Gaming on the condition that it doesn't go public shows that Wildlands was an open world third-person action adventure game in which players would take control of a character named River. River was part of a group of teenagers called Spirit Bounds who could ward off bad spirits with their magical staffs and ride mythical creatures. River's companion was a giant moose-looking animal called Redheart, which the player could ride to navigate around the map more quickly. As mentioned in a separate article earlier this year, the game looked awfully similar to the canceled survival game Wild by Wild Sheet Studio, so much so, in fact, that I thought they were identical projects. However, Wild is believed to be entirely shelved. Right, like there was people that would say Mankind Divided was mid. I'm like, did you even play the game? That shit was not mid. Mankind Divided was like a solid 8.5. It was a really good game. Yo, shout out to CJ with the $20 super chat. What's up, chat, TBH, everyone? Hope you're having a great day. Who's going to see the Mario movie? I'm seeing it Thursday. No spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers. Hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube. We got 900 people on the YouTube chat, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Hit the like button. Unless I can see some pictures of this, it's hard to miss. It's hard to miss something that didn't exist. What I will say is more disappointing is the fact that they blew through so much money, which means we're never getting another Deus Ex. Because the unfortunate thing about Deus Ex is, as good as those games were, they were very niche. They never sold well. We're probably never getting a sequel to probably one of the most underrated superhero games of all time, which is fucking the Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy. Criminally underrated game. We're probably not getting a sequel to that. They are working on new Tomb Raiders, but I don't think it's made by Eidos Montreal. I think it's another studio. Shout out to Gemini Rot with the gifted subs. I appreciate you. I feel like Guardians of the Galaxy failed because I think it came out around the same time as the Avengers. People got burned by the Avengers, so they were like, I don't want to play this shit. But this was a single player game. It was nothing like the Avengers, bro. Crystal Dynamics is making the new Tomb Raiders. Okay. Is this Thief? This shit sucks though. Unfortunate, man. I hope they find a way to get on their feet, man. They're a good studio. Other news. Kingdom Come Deliverance devs are working on a Lord of the Rings game, it's claimed. Warhouse Studios has been busy capitalizing on the success of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 in the last 12 months, and the time will come for the studio to move on. Suggestions are that it already has, and the developer of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is potentially working on a new Lord of the Rings game. Insider Gaming brought you an exclusive story in late 2025 that a new Lord of the Rings game was in development, and after recent underwhelming releases under the banner Tales of the Shire and Golem, there's a hope that a new release can redeem the Lord of the Rings name. There might be no better suited for the job than Kingdom Come Deliverance devs Warhorse Studios. Here's what we know so far. A new Lord of the Rings game is in development. Close to 100 million is being funded by Abu Dhabi's investment office, and it is a third-person action game in a similar vein to Hogwarts Legacy. Okay, you already got my interest. I don't want it first person. I'm not gonna lie. When I first read this headline, I kind of lost interest because the first person doesn't do it for me with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Just not my cup of tea. But third person, maybe more Shadow of Mordor vibe, maybe. No Golem 2. No. Now, according to this report and Reset Era's post, Reserved, I don't know how to pronounce that name, a 27-year industry veteran who's been project lead for The Witcher, has spoken on the podcast and claimed that is in fact the Warhorse Studios working on the Lord of the Rings games. They said a couple months ago, Insider Gaming made a report about the UAE investing $100 million into a new open world Lord of the Rings game worked on by the Embracer Group Studios. A few days ago, there was a podcast where a Polish industry veteran revealed that he had heard from credible sources that the studio is working on a game that is in fact Warhorse Studios, makers of Kingdom Come Deliverance, and just yapping in circles. To echo what he said, this isn't a new rumor. This is merely stoking the fires of an existing rumor. Warhorse made Insider Gaming's opinions best RPG of 2025, and there might be many more. They're yapping. I wish we kind of got some type of details on the game. Yeah, it's got a Middle Eastern funding. Until they do something crazy, I'm not gonna like just rag on it just because it's got Middle Eastern funding. Like until they actually, because I know people are worried about censorship. Until I actually see it, I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to be positive, y'all. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 made me a Warhorse fan. Def gonna check out anything they drop in the future. I'm just more interested because at bare minimum, we do know that it's a third person. I just didn't want it to be first person. That's cool. But hey, if they do announce something, remember where you heard it here first. This is the last two things I have are more internet news, but it affects you because you're gaming. This is a good one. The Supreme Court ruled unanimously that the ISPs cannot be forced to cut off your internet just because the record industry's automated system accused someone of piracy. Sony Music Entertainment wanted to have people's internet access cut off just over the accusation. So Sony and all the other major labels, if they suspected you of pirating music, they wanted to be able to call Verizon, Comcast, if you have Spectrum, or any other terrible internet service. They wanted to be able to call your internet service and say, cut his shit off because we think he's pirating. The Supreme Court ruled against it. So if you want to sell the 7 Cs, none of my business. Which is funny because it goes back to what, before I move on, I didn't even think of this. It goes back to what I've been trying to tell y'all. We do not want Xbox to fail. Since Xbox has began struggling, they have raised the price of that thing to $900. They are removing games off of PC, dynamic pricing. There's a rumor they're going to jack up the price of PS Plus. What was the thing they announced today that I just read? Forgot. There's something else that happened today. My brain is fried. But I know this has nothing to do with gaming, but this is still Sony. They want to be able to call your internet provider and say, cut that shit off because we think he doing something, bruh. Sony films continue to hold Spider-Man characters. Oh yeah, the skill-based damage. Yeah, they made a patent for skill-based damage. In case you missed that earlier in the stream, Sony filed for a patent in 2025 for skill-based damage. So basically the gist of it is it will take a look at two players in a game. If one person has a 3 KD and the other person has a 0.5, they'll take the person who has a 0.5 and boost the damage on their gun so you can get to a 1. So everybody gets a fucking trophy. This is terrible. Sony's a terrible company. I've been trying to, y'all gotta stop dick munching fucking Sony. And then last but not least, we gonna stay on their ass, bruh. And let's just get something straight. When I say stay on Sony's ass, it has nothing to do with me being pro Xbox or pro Steam. I just don't want to see nothing bad happen. I always want to see the best deal possible. Stop hitting me, little boy. And then last but not least, we got some more insight into why Sora failed. If you missed the story last week, Sora, the AI generated videos, is shutting down. Here's some details. The video generator was losing $1 million plus a day. It had fewer than 500,000 users, so it didn't even hit 1 million users. A lot of people just weren't using it, which means even less people were paying for it. Disney execs were informed of the shutdown less than an hour before it was announced. Disney is now in talks with over a dozen companies to implement AI, and the Sora team is shifting focus to longer-term bets like robotics. So Disney's kind of trying to swoop in and make cheap shit too. Sora sucked. All them things suck, bruh. All them video things suck. So there's some more details on that shit. Let me go on the sub box real quick and see if there's anything. Is there any other interesting trailers that I might have missed? Hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube. Hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube. Let's see. I tested it. It was overpromised. Yeah, I tried out the Google one, VO3. That shit was ass. Like, don't buy into the hype of that stuff, Chad. That shit is overhyped. Avatar the Fighting Game official Katara vs. Aang gameplay. I don't care about that shit. Go hit the like button on the new GI podcast, as well as hit the hype button. That might be what it is. You might be. You hungry? You hungry? Or you just need a hug? You need a hug? Nah, he's hungry. Colonel Hart's official demo. What the fuck is this? Cooking Simulator 2. Darth Maul Shadow Lord official emergency on the walkway clip. Yo, shout out to CB Film with the super chat. Yo, Sony is the devil and I'm a PlayStation fan. Competition is most definitely needed. Type. Oh yeah, the new Supergirl trailer. You're right. How did I forget that one? It should be probably somewhere in my sub box, right? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Supergirl trailer. New Division content, South of Midnight, PS5. That's what we on tonight. Super Meat Boy. We're gonna be trying that out tonight. New game. Yeah, I think probably that's the only one we're talking about. Supergirl. Did you cover the new Black Boy Max snippet? Nah, I can't say I got that one. Chaos. I'm good off that. Hold that link for me, chat. Hold that link. What does he say? Remember the 5 or some shit? Yo, shout out to who shot first with the sub. Appreciate it. All right. Oh, this already looks terrible.
Sequence.
Yeah, we're out of there. All right, let's check out the Supergirl trailer. Truthfully, wait, when does this come out? These fucking pop-ups. Get this shit out my face. When does this come out? I can't get rid of these tags. When does it come out? I can't see the date. June 27th? Okay. I'm not gonna lie, this trailer didn't really move me. It didn't really move me. Honestly, it didn't really move me. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I'm already not the biggest yeah, I'm interested but not hyped. I'm already not the biggest Supergirl fan. I feel like the character is kind of redundant. But you know, I like the Superman movie. I'm gonna see this because I'm trusting James Gunn. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm trusting the vision. Yeah, Lobo's a cool character too, but like, did this get me super excited about her solo outing? Not really. If you click the hide button on the top right, they go away. Hide button. I didn't know that. I'm old. It looks all right though. Somebody just said, did you see the new RDC skit? Is this it? Is this what you're talking about? It literally just popped up.
As the face of Marvel, it is both my honor and privilege to inform you guys that for the first time in history, both Marvel and DC have put their differences aside.
Yeah, I swear the feds are listening because somebody in the chat just asked me if I've seen it. I hadn't seen it and it just popped up. Whatever, I'll click it.
To achieve a common goal, a hit movie.
Is this nigga supposed to be Thanos? Who is he supposed to be, bruh? Oh, shit. Oh, my God. This nigga look like a mailman with the gauntlet. That's supposed to be Darkseid? That's even worse. I don't know who the fuck he's supposed to be.
Coordinate our attacks. Focus on one enemy at a time.
Sounds good.
That shit's not gonna work.
Huh?
Because I
Come on, Beth.
work alone.
All right, bro.
How you gonna beat Thanos, Darkseid, and Dr. Doom by yourself, Batman?
Prep time. Cap.
Nigga, you can't prep for people that's already here, Batman.
No, you can't prep for them and they already here. I stay prepped for everything.
Tight.
I started prepping the second y'all dropped Endgame because I knew y'all were gonna fall off and call us. Did I not say that? Superman.
Yes, you did, but like, come on, we gotta work with
This literally is every Batman fan.
Yeah, it's a serious moment. Like,
Oh, come on, Sims. I knew you would say that.
I'm just saying.
That's just a green rock, bitch. Get your stupid ass up. Get up. Are you serious?
The generic alien mask on Martian Manhunter is frying me, bro. These niggas definitely just went to Party City, bro.
Stupid ass up. Get up. Are you serious? Getting dropped by a placebo effect? That's why I work alone and stay prepped.
Man, so you telling me prep for all three of them?
Yes, Reed. I'm telling you I stay prepped for everything. So I thought about the situation. If Marvel calls DC, what's the worst that can happen? Oh, I know. Darkseid calls Doom. And Doom calls Thanos. And Thanos gets the gauntlet back. And I said them niggas can't even handle the gauntlet. So what I'm gonna do? It's up to me.
Man, this movie don't even make no fucking sense. How the hell is Batman supposed to beat us?
Don't talk to them. Talk to me.
Yeah, all right, Batman. Then you go ahead and tell me.
Change the setting. First, I'm gonna even the stakes. Blade, I thought you'd never ask.
And what about
Don't
V?
move.
And I'll handle you.
I'm so glad that these motherfuckers finally learn how to use a green screen to get better cameras. Because I remember years ago saying, like, their skits always had heart to them. But I was like, to take it to the next level, I was like, I need you guys to just put a little bit of like effects in it. Like this does help a lot. It's fucking funny.
Nigga, this shit still ain't gonna work. The three of y'all is not dropping this.
Let's see.
Batman, you're not filming this movie by yourself.
You're right.
Is that supposed to be what's the name? The red what was his name? The dude from fucking the new Avengers. Well, not the new, the new Avengers. No, not Falcon. The dude in the back. That's Yelena's dad. Whatever his name was. I forgot his. The Red Guardian. Yeah.
That's why I got them with me. So shh.
No, we're getting involved.
Don't take that to heart, Batman.
Who you talking to?
I'm talking to you.
He didn't mean that, man. We having a good time, man. Come on.
Listen,
we having a good time.
Y'all ain't having no good time.
He understand that. Man, don't do this, man.
Stop. You might be the cap here.
Static.
Bruce, stop.
Clark! Don't say my name. Clark, I don't know these niggas. They can be out to get me. I got a contingency plan for every one of you. Fuck the gods and fuck you, Strange.
Listen, we can't fight them by ourselves. One of them beat all of Marvel by himself, and the other one beat all of DC. You know this, and there's still a third one. Batman, you're the smartest nigga I know.
Wait. My dumbass. I thought when y'all were saying that, I thought you were saying he was supposed to be Darkseid. I'm like, Darkseid with the. He's supposed to be. I get it now. This is a terrible.
Still a third one.
I thought it was just some random nigga in a fucking in a shiesty.
With these niggas, Blade and Robin. What? Yo, Blade and Robin.
Superman, speak up.
No, nothing. I was just trying to tell.
Keep Blade name out your mouth. Cause I can have you in the same position.
That's fine. I'm just trying to talk to him real quick. But look at what you're causing, Batman. Look at these people. They want to be in a movie.
Batman, please. I'm still in the CW.
You see? You have the opportunity to walk out with $5 billion for the first time in movies. Why ruin that?
I got that opportunity.
You felt this city.
No, you didn't.
Hey, Bats, he ain't mean that. Bats, brother, he ain't mean that. Come on now.
It's all right. Just,
Oh, my
come on.
God.
Just
Hey,
put
brother,
that down. Come on.
Relax.
Put it down, man.
Put that
Put that down. Just come on. Just
Come on, Bats, please.
Just come on this side.
Please.
Work together.
Right on, brother. Right on.
Hold up. Now, Blade don't know too much about Detective Comics. But how many Green Lanterns supposed to be on the set?
See, now, Blake, you from Marvel, so you don't really know. There really is more than one Green Lantern. That's Hal Jordan, and I'm John Stewart.
See, Blade, you from Marvel. You don't really know. There really is more than one Green Lantern. See, that's Hal Jordan, and I'm John Stewart.
What? Green Lantern ain't never been light-skinned.
What? Green Lantern ain't never been dark-skinned.
Is he just repeating what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this a flop. Come on, dude. You can be in my movie, dude. Come on.
All right.
Can we get back to the movie, please?
Too many complications. Tom,
No, it's actually quite Tony, please.
Mr. Kevin Feige.
No, you do need me a bit dog shit without me.
Tom, you got 718 million on your trailer. Come on, man. You don't need them. You don't got 2 million.
Don't worry, Cap. I'm here.
Who the fuck?
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Is that? Ain't that the nigga that fought with Static, I believe, in Africa?
It's me.
That's you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, fuck, that's you.
How are you? Oh, Cap, you don't understand. You are Marvel and I am DC, but I am the original Spider-Man. You know, Spider-Man had New York, but I protected Ghana, a whole country.
Yeah, I remember him.
Who the fuck is Cap? Cap. Cap. Strange. Soup. I need this. Let's do this.
Marvel's announced Static Green Arrow earned $100 million during its office run. The budget was $700. Say it ain't so. Beep, 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 beep. New videos are coming. Shout out to RDC, man. That's
Got
funny.
that shit on? But who the fuck are y'all? Why y'all in my driveway?
See what happens when you try to be a fucking hero? Huh? Now tell me how you gonna get my fucking money back.